Could you give fans a sense of how much work Joe puts in the off season, during season, to be healthy, ready to go at,
Mhm.
full strength or as full strength as he can, when
Yeah.
it's August, September, dog days of summer, postseason? How much work goes into that um, in the off season and during the season that fans don't see?
So I mean, let's say, for example, before the season was over, I mean, he kept up with his workouts. He always does, right? So before the season was over, sat down with some of the Padres staff and Joe for breakfast to map out what his off season looks like. And his off season was able to begin early, lifting wise. Once we knew he wasn't going to be throwing, it's all right. Lifting wise and conditioning wise, his off season starts now. And so for him and I, that was working out 4 days a week, immediately. And a workout usually consists of about 2 hours. Obviously, it varies on what the situation is, but since he was, other than his shoulder, head to toe, he was pretty healthy. He felt strong, so we can get into stuff right away. There wasn't an awful lot of corrections to do. And then very quickly it develops to 5 days a week of us working out. So we lift 4 days a week, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, beach workouts on Wednesdays. He sees one of our PTs or a PT at Petco most of those days just to get work done. And then obviously he's got his throwing. So all, in a morning, he's probably in the 4 to 5+ hour range of, I guess, working out, working on being ready. And then outside of that is, the video analysis and everything along those lines. So it's a tremendous amount of work. The great thing for us as a company is everybody else just gets on that same schedule. Everyone's just like, oh, okay, this is what we do. And so we have a lot of guys on that similar schedule. And then in season, he goes off to spring training, does his thing. Once he gets in season and gets into a routine, that's when I usually start writing his programs again. So depending on the rotation, 5, 6 man, it's where he has his start. In an ideal world, the next day would be kind of like a flush day, as he calls it. So he likes to run, whether that's on the field, bleachers, but get his heart rate up, get his cardio in, get his blood flowing. Does an awful lot on the recovery side. And then the following day, so 2 days after the start, that's like the big leg day. The day after that is an upper body day. The day after that, we do like stretching, mobility flows, and then potentially some like explosive stuff. The next day is a rest, and then he's right back to his next start. And that's every single week without fail, no matter where he is. If he's on the road, then we look at what the opposing weight room is like. What do they have for equipment? And then, yeah, it's all the time. He takes the odd week off, here and there. Last year he went out to Antarctica. This year he just went on a road trip with Erica, his girlfriend. And so, it's the odd week here and there, but other than that, it's probably 48 weeks out of the year he's on a schedule like that.
And then there's like the cold tub work as well. I know he's pretty
yeah.
big on that. Yeah.
Yeah, we have cold tubs here. He has one at home. He's got a sauna at home. So he's doing all of that. Outside of that as well, he has a gym at the house. And so, on a Saturday, he'll usually be doing his cardio. Jay, the strength coach for the Padres, he's really good with writing conditioning programs. So he has Joe doing extra conditioning work for his aerobic base on top of what we're doing as well. Wednesdays we have a surf, and then we work out for about an hour and a half, and then we play ultimate frisbee. So yeah, Wednesdays are a busy day too.
That's awesome. And then how important is the diet? I've, talking with Manny's trainer the past couple off seasons, obviously that is big.
Yep.
How important is that for Joe? I know because that's obviously different positions, but
yeah,
obviously for everyone it's going to be important.
Yeah, it really varies on the person. We're very fortunate. We have a company here that rents space from us here at the gym, and they have a dietitian. They do like blood testing, saliva testing. And so they can test your markers, see how well you're doing in certain areas, what you have food sensitivities to, what you're lacking, supplementation. But you see from those results, like some people can eat a reasonably poor diet and their blood work comes back and it's like, oh, somehow, some way they're doing all right. Joe's always taken his diet as seriously as his budget would allow, right? So when he's younger in the minor leagues, that was tough. But he's always reinvested his money back in himself. And I think coming from, like a Mexican Italian family and all of the rich food, I think for him it was a big adjustment, but he knew that if he wanted longevity, then he needed to kind of, take that very seriously. And just, he honestly takes everything very seriously. And so he currently has somebody who does some meal prep, cooks his most of his meals for him. And he's always, he comes in, slaps in the fridge. So as soon as he's done with his workout, he's ready to go.
What do some of those meals look like?
Today there was definitely rice, vegetables, and I think it was either chicken or beef.
Okay.
And they look delicious. That's what they look. Yeah, it's usually like a rice or potato, vegetable, and then some kind of a meat with like a little bit of sauce. That's at least the ones that I see. Yeah.